everyone. This is Michelle, the Gypsy Witch, and it is tea time with the Gypsy Witch. So grab your mugs or your teacups and join me and my spirit team for spiritual discussions and lessons. Today, we are going to talk about something I have been enthralled with for a very long time, and it is the Ubuntu community. What I like about it is the meaning. An Ubuntu community is unity within the community. Also, another one of their philosophies is if it isn't good for all, it's not good at all. And I really like that. To me, this may sound like a utopian society. Yeah, what's wrong with that? We need one. Right. Um, I've been very interested in it for the past few years. Um, from what I have read, they are trying to start communities like this. There's one they're starting in Ontario, but this was an ancient African culture. I think South African, maybe. Well, as it was back in ancient time. But it's an ancient African culture, the way they used to live. Um, and it would be a huge improvement over what we have now. Capitalism, greed, competition, lack of love for one another, all for oneself, no community. Even when you live in a neighborhood, in a community, it's not really a community. You're out for yourselves. So anyways, bringing my spirit team in so we can discuss Ubuntu community. Okay. Okay, so the Ubuntu community is something we opted for to talk about today. Now, the reason for this is because our last several videos, we have been talking about the problems that we see in society, in our world today. Now, therefore, we've brought them out into the open. We're trying to make people aware of them, of the problems, and where things are headed. If you, as a mass consensus, don't change it. Now, we point that out. But now we need, well, to offer at least one solution. Now, my godchild here has been very interested in the Ubuntu community. Okay? Now, Missy Tesh, what is your take on the Ubuntu community? Well, in my opinion, it is a community that works together as a whole. Each individual works together as a whole. It's a community of love and support. Nobody's ever lonely. Nobody's ever alone. There is no money. And I know people will freak out about that. But no money is necessary because I believe everybody has a talent. And the word talent in ancient times meant money. Everybody has a talent, an ability that they can contribute to the community, to society. And no ability or talent is less than or better than another. So if each individual contributes their talent to the community, then you've got a community running. Also, the resources Source God provided for us on this planet for free would not be sold for profit. It would be used as it was intended for our survival. Okay, honey bun. And that's, well, exactly what Ubuntuism is upstairs. Yeah, let's not put the ism on it, then right, it could end up like capitalism, socialism, etc. Exactly. Now, what I'm about to say are many people are going well, to believe this is more of a socialistic society. But socialism includes money and somebody having all the power. That's a good point. I wasn't actually thinking that, uh, but that you hit it on the nail there. Now, if all participants in the inside community are of equal value and their talents are all of equal value, nobody really needs, well, to receive money. It's an exchange of, well, yes, love in energy, which is of the highest value vibration. So, what is happening in our world today is people receive certain amounts of money based on their abilities and their talents. Now, yes, you're sitting here making your talents available for free of charge. I'm going to ask you why you do that. Um, Out of love in my heart. It breaks my heart to see where my country's going, the world is going, society, how people are hurting. Exactly. So you ask us these questions. You get on this video camera and you share the information you hear in the hopes, well, of a better tomorrow. Right, Charlotte. Now, oh, Aunt Marie, I'm sorry. Doesn't matter. Now, because you do this, you are expecting uh, the exchange of energy for that equal energy to be returned to you. Right. Now, do you believe it has and it does? I have. Uh, yeah, there are instances in my life, what I call divine intervention, which is that exchange of energy, where yes, I feel it has. That's a good answer. And yes, that one in particular, yeah, that was obvious. I don't want to go there because I don't want to bring somebody personally in. Right. Now, this person was very good at opening that door and getting you to see what's going on. Right. Now, to you, that was of huge benefit. Exactly. And you received that information, well, uh, free of monetary charge. Okay. And that is how the universe works. Now, if the universe works that way, why wouldn't humanity, this planet, work this way? It's part of the universe. Despite what you people think, Earth is a part of the universe. Right, it's a planet, it's part of the universe, we're in it. Exactly. That is where I'm going. If the Lord God Himself puts out that energy in exchange for equal value energy, why should planet Earth be any different? Why are we in competition with one another? Well, we're on Earth. Upstairs, we realize, no, we're one big happy family. We help each other. We're all of equal value, despite what you people think down here. Even the ones who you think are the worst people on the planet are of equal value to you. Well, that's where I feel the problem is in Charlotte. Um, People are led to believe, well, we're born in sin, we're horrible people. When you believe that, you act on it. Okay, so you've got people hating themselves and hating each other. So yeah, you're going to have that. Exactly. Now, where I'm going with this is we are all of equal value in God's eyes. Therefore, we need to treat each other as such. So why on this earth should there be anybody who is lacking food, lacking water, uh, electricity, lacking the ability to do as they please to make themselves happy, live the life they want? Why should it be this difficult? When we get to the point where we institute a society like Ubuntu, we won't have anybody, well, I'm going to say spying on us, because that is exactly what is going on down here. All of, yes, all of your technology has led to the ability for the, yes, the powers that be, the governments, and then some, to be watching every move you make. Now, money was instituted in place of bartering. Now, Ubuntu, well, it sounds similar to bartering, but it's not really bartering. You don't trade a service or merchandise for something of equal value. What you are doing is contributing to your community. Your community, in return, supports you. And we're not talking financial because, well, there would be no need for that. Emotional, right, love, support, right. The elderly get ill, anybody gets ill. They're taken care of by their community, not the government. Very little government within an Ubuntu community. An Ubuntu community is run by the people themselves. Yeah, it sounds like how America was kind of supposed to be. Right, but not quite. We instituted a government, which the people were supposed to control and vote for. That's gone by the wayside. Right. Now, in an Ubuntu community, the people are running it by contributing their talents and anything else they have to offer. Therefore, an Ubuntu community allows for the love in the heart for yourself and others to be brought out and grow and nurtured. Right. Now, that does sound utopian. But like your father said, what's wrong with that? Utopian is a good thing. Get it out of your heads that while you're on earth, there is no such thing as a good time, lack of hardship, having poor people. Well, that, yeah, what about that verse in the Bible? Right. When Jesus said there will always be poor people, I believe what he meant. Yes, honey, he just popped in. He popped in? He didn't pop in. We received his energy. What he meant was, well, as long as you people keep this shit up, there's going to be the poor. Having poor people, needy people starving in the streets, homelessness. Yeah, yeah, I've experienced that, me and my boys. Right. No lights, no heat when it was needed back in Ohio. Right. There's no need for that. Why should children, my great nephews, and I had no idea that was happening. I didn't tell you or mom. Right. Be without heat in March in Ohio. And it is cold in March in Ohio. Right. You had to go begging. Exactly. There's no need for that in Ubuntu society. First of all, right, these natural resources, uh, the community receives for free by harvesting them in a manner that is safe for the environment and is cost efficient. And of course, if there's no money and you're trading services, I don't want to use trading, okay? You're contributing services. So those with the knowledge who know how to harvest electricity through water power or solar power, contribute it to the community. And therefore, the community has it. This is the way our God intended this planet to be. What he never intended was to put these, what my niece calls gifts, and gifts are free, right on this planet for the powers that be, to harvest them in manners that are harmful and difficult to the point they have to charge for it. Well, they don't have to charge, right? They planned it that way. So they have you convinced In order to get electricity, they need to go through these great extents, which cost a lot of money, and therefore they have to charge you. That is one big fat hot lie from hell. And that's what Auntie C has to say about it. Right. And that's the way her godchild feels about it, too. Right. Okay. Now, Mom, I came in because you and I agree on this shit, as my mother says. My son and I, yeah, we've talked about this. We did a little bit before I crossed over. That was part of my problem with Christianity. Mine too. Okay, so anyways, before we start beating them up, this Ubuntu community is very important, well, in my heart. I left this planet by choice. I killed myself because I could not tolerate what was going on down here. And that's right, Mom. Go ahead, say it. This is Mom speaking. If life is a gift, especially from our Creator, why do we have to pay so dearly for it? And let me tell you, people, not only monetarily we pay for it, this mother paid for it. Well, with her heart. Right, Mom. And that's a good one. All right? I could not stand the thought of having to work in a job, well, until old age, just to survive on this planet and pay for the education bills I was told I needed, well, in order to get a job at all. Okay? I never would have had those paid off. They would have, I go there, honey, taken them away or taken it right out of my paycheck. Would there be enough money for food and rent? I highly doubt it. Oh, you're damn right about that, honey. They don't give a damn if you wait. Your mother did, though. Right. Now, that contributed to the reasons I took my life here. Now, am I dead, Mom? Oh, hell no. Right. However, I'm here with my beautiful, beautiful mother, but I don't need to contribute to society. Now, let's talk about that. You hear people like my mother who are nomads who go floating around the country wherever I damn well please, right? Don't contribute to society. Is that true, Mom? No. We still have to buy our propane, food, gasoline to run our generators and tow our rigs, right, etc., etc. So we do contribute. Right. Oh, that's right. You don't go there with taxes. I pay income tax, or not income tax, sales tax and everything else. Oh, and gasoline's not taxed? Right, Mom. We love when you do that. The new mom. So, take it away, honey. Okay, Mom. So, that was the reason I left this planet. You all think suicide. No, I'm not going there. Okay, good. You all think to contribute to society, you need to have a good job and be buying, well, all kinds of shit, as my mother would say, to contribute. Now, my mother mostly buys the necessities. Go there, Mom. Yeah. When I need clothes or anything else like that, guess where I get them from? Thrift shops and such. I'm wearing a beautiful skirt today I got for $3 at a thrift shop. This shirt was free. There are ways. That's right, Mom. Oh, that's a good one. I'm a sewist. I used to make clothes. If there was an Ubuntu society, I could be making clothes for the community. I'm also an artist. Make pretty decor for the community. Pass along messages, healing messages for the community from the spirit realm. Spirit drawings, right, etc. The list goes on. And I'm not the only one who has many things and to contribute. Exactly, Mom. And that's another thing. That's my mother's gifts to contribute to a community. Other people have gifts that are much different and much needed, John. Right, Mom. So, when you have a community with all these different characters with different abilities, and everybody's contributing them, including what Aunt Charlotte said, there are those with knowledge of how to survive on this planet. using the natural resources without the bullshit and going into debt. So when you have all these different abilities and knowledge, wisdom, right, and believe it or not, even if you're not a psychic medium, right, you're receiving that knowledge from upstairs. Everybody does that. Yeah, that was me. That was Michelle. Right, everybody does that, even if they don't realize it. Exactly. So that is how an Ubuntu society works, and that is what Source God wanted for this planet. Where the hell money and debt and shit like that came from? Well, I have no idea, Mom, because I haven't looked into it. It breaks my heart. It breaks your mother's heart, too. I paid the highest price any mother could ever pay. So, right, and that's what I got into Ubuntu with. Right. Well, go there. I mean, like right now, I was born and raised in the United States of America. Had a driver's license since I was 15 years old. I have to spend money I don't have to order documents, find an address, rent a P.O. box, go through all these hoops, and spend money I don't have to get a new driver's license at the age of 56. I shouldn't have to prove my existence when my creator already knows it. The top dog in this universe knows I exist and know who I am. Why should I have to prove it to anybody else? Exactly, Mom. Now, John, her son, is crying. We're all crying for this planet. So, that is why after my son died in this realm, I got into Ubuntu. I am going to share a link at the bottom. It is, I don't believe entirely what Ubuntu is, but it's a step in the right direction. And I feel strongly. It's Michael Tollinger. I adore him. He has to do it this way now because of the way society is. It's a monetary, capitalistic society across, I think the entire planet's capitalistic. Let's put it that way. If you're using money and greed, to me, that's capitalism. Maybe do I have that wrong? Well, honey, you're on the right track. Capitalism was meant as an exchange of merchandise for monetary gain. Okay? All right, that sounds like what I just said. Right. Greed was not really meant by the people. I believe the higher ups had that in mind. They lie to the people, well, on this planet about what these things really are in order to get what they want. They make it sound good to you. You vote for it. You get all excited about it. And then the next thing you know, you've, well, dug yourself another hole. You're in another trap. So that the powers that be can gain. When you have Ubuntu and the whole community is in charge of their community and it gets cross planets, it gets to be a worldwide thing. Okay? So, therefore, the people, the masses, are truly in charge then. Right. What Missy always says, everybody has a talent, an ability that is highly valued. Right. And that can contribute to this society, whether you believe it or not. Right. And if you get sick, you get to the end of your life and you're old and you're dying, you don't get stuck in an institution so your family can go off and go to work and earn money to pay for that institution. Or you don't have to worry about health insurance, right? Taxes, none of that. Now, why is this not catching on here? Well, you asking me? Damn right. Because people are so brainwashed, and this is Michelle talking, uh, into believing, first of all, we need money, we need big government to take care of us, and we can't do it on our own, especially we need money. Right. Okay. Now, this is Ken talking, Michelle's father. When I was down here, I thought like everybody else. I wanted my daughter to go to college. This is one highly intelligent woman here. I was disappointed she didn't go. I tried later. Yeah, right. She's thinking, I didn't need to be brainwashed any more than I already was. Exactly. Now, you have a lot to contribute to this society. You have a lot of talents, uh, more than most people, but because you didn't go to school, whether it be, well, art school or anything else. Well, I would love to go to art school. I can't afford it, right? Um, your services are being devalued. Now, what did your friend once tell you? She asked me if I'd gone to art school. Is that what you're talking about? Right. And when I told her no, she was amazed. She goes, it looks like you did. Can you imagine if you did go? Right. Now, what she was saying is my daughter's artistic ability is so great, she really doesn't need school. But if she did, damn, this girl would be like, well, one of the best artists on the planet. They keep us down by telling us we have to go to school. Oh, there's another good one. Yes. I was reading my youngest, another highly intelligent person, was having trouble with school. His personality does not fit our public school system. I don't think anybody's really does. But, anyways, so I was reading up to try to help my child. What I read is back in the old days before public school systems. Yes, now parents did. Yeah, my great grandparents and I talked about this. They said they could never imagine a world where parents would get arrested for not sending their children to school, first of all, and people taught their children at home. And if you choose not to, that's your choice. But in this book I read before school came into being and you had your little villages, yeah, it may have been more of an indigenous thing, but man, is it great. The children would go around the village and watch the adults, well, honing, honing their craft, doing whatever it was that they contributed, right? And this is in Ubuntu too. I'm here. Um, Whatever an adult contributed to the community, they would go around and watch that adult, and whatever that child was interested in, um, that adult would take them under their wing as an apprentice, and that's how you learned. And you learned things, real life skills, not the bullshit they teach in school, to survive in this world. That's right, Michelle. And that's where I was going. But my daughter gets so passionate about this subject. I'm sorry. Just because I'm a psychic medium doesn't mean it doesn't hurt that my son felt the need to take his life because of the way this world is. Yeah, Dad, I think both of our emotions too much. Right, Michelle? Because, well, that's my grandchild. This is my daughter. I had to be upstairs and watch this pain. Well, and one of us down here, too. Right. But it doesn't need to be this way, people. You, well, could have kept your child had we had more idealistic society. Right. I would have been happier. Right. I'm happier now than I have ever been in my life because that's why I put my foot down and said, I'm living the way I want. Exactly. Now, John is very aware of why when we talk about, well, education, your heart shatters. Right. Yeah, right. It wasn't all the reason, but it was the main reason. Right. If you're being told you have to go to college to survive on this planet, and then being charged so much money, that paying it back causes you not to be able, well, yeah, to survive on this planet, then what's the point, people? They are convincing you of something that is not true. Your God gave you talents and abilities in your heart naturally to contribute to this world. There is no need to go to some fancy schmancy school and pay big bucks to have papers on your walls to show you went. You have that talent. It was given to you, well, by God Himself. What higher authority do you need? Exactly, Dad. Now, That being said, this all points to the facts that this world is screwed up. Okay? Things are not as, well, the Creator meant for them to be. People are killing themselves, have mental illness, hurting themselves and each other. Exactly. Why do we sit there and wonder why? Do you think this is what God wanted? Yes, this is noted for being, well, the schoolhouse, the most difficult planet to incarnate on. And so many of us come here to accelerate our spiritual growth. However, it was not truly meant to be that at the beginning. We created it that way. Is that a good thing? I don't think anybody, any of us, should have to incur so much pain, Dad, to accelerate our spiritual growth. I don't think it needs to be that way. Right, Michelle? That's where I was going. God wants us to grow and mature spiritually. We all want that. But we don't have to go through hell, live in hell to get there. Right. Happiness, well, for this one, is a good enough teacher. The happier this girl gets, the more she grows spiritually. That's because I'm so grateful for everything I receive. Right. Gratitude is what gets it going. And that's what we need to see more of in this world. So if you create an Ubuntu, I want to say world, right world, everybody is contributing and everybody is grateful to the contributions. And that is the best exchange of energy. That is true abundance in the spirit realm. Now you hear people talk about receiving abundance. They usually mean financially and materially. Now this is okay with us upstairs because that's the way this planet is at this moment. However, the truest sense of abundance is what's in your heart. The gratitude for what Source God gives you and has provided on this planet. Gratitude for the love and services you receive from others. Shouldn't that be enough payment? That's right, Michelle. For me, it is. That's right. But for the greedy, the ones who are at a lower vibrational level, it's not enough. Right. They want material, they want money, they want more and more and more. The more they receive, the more they get, but the more they want, not get, the more they want. This is not the way it works up in heaven. Heaven is an exchange of energy, of love, of gratitude, gratefulness. That is how an Ubuntu society works. Now, if you want this planet to get better, society to get better, for it to be a more pleasant place, you need to start emulating heaven, the spirit realm. And the best way to do that is for humanity to get together and create a different society. Right. What did you say on Twitter? I tweeted, the problem I have with elections is it replaces one politician with another. Exactly. And you keep thinking, right, people keep, oh, you got to vote to make the change. I have never seen that once in my life. It just keeps getting worse. How do we get rid of this governmental institution? False election, false voting. Because I don't believe it's real. Exactly. And that's where I was going. You're set up, well, before you even get to the polls. Right, before you get to the polls. You're just putting in the same old shit. What did Einstein say about that? Exactly. The definition of insanity is repeating the same action and expecting something different. So as long as you contribute to a governmental society where you're allowing government to control you and take care of you, which they are not doing. They're using you. Right. Every time you go and vote, every time you allow the government to do things for you, you rely on them, you're repeating the same actions that have been going on, regardless of who gets in office. You think you have the better candidate? No. It's just another participant of that system. Right. So, yeah, I keep sitting there, well, how do we get rid of it? How do we start afresh? How do we start new? Right. Yeah, I'm very focused on Ubuntu-like society. Exactly, Michelle. So, that's what this is about. Bringing about the problems in this world, excuse me, and offering up some sort of solution. Now, yeah, you guys are creative. You come from the spirit realm. Therefore, you're creative, sentient beings, yeah, feelings, emotional beings. You can get together and plan a better society and make it happen. You come from the creator, the source God, who is the original creator. Therefore, you are all creators. You're all creative. And you can come up with a better plan and overcome the bullshit that has been going on for thousands of years. We can all change this planet together in conjunction with the spirit realm and the physical realm. Clean this shit up. Exactly, Michelle. So, we wanted to put an idea in your head of how to make this a better place to live and give the power back to the people. Do that fist back in the 70s. Power to the people. Right. Now, that's a good point. Does that mean uh, violence and looting? Absolutely not. Love. You're not going to get anywhere with violence and hate. Now, protesting, as long as it's done peaceably, I can understand. However, I've never really seen that get us anywhere either. Exactly. Now, the looting and violence, no, that's never going to work. You're just promoting the same old shit, people. That's right, Michelle. And that's exactly where I was going. Yeah, well, it comes, which is get ahead of them. Right, we think a lot alike. Exactly. Now, this is the thought we want to leave you with. Ubuntu. Consider bringing the power back, well, to the individual first and the communities. This can and will become a worldwide, you want to say, well, I'm saying a fund, but that's not really what it is. Um, a worldwide thing. This planet could be better if you're willing to go out on a limb, band together, and get this shit happening. I think you did. Right. Michael Tellinger. I just read something. I'm going to put the link in the comments, or not the comments, in the description. That's the start of getting a better world going. Right, Michelle? Now, I want to end with, we are putting these ideas and thoughts into the heads of the public uh, on Earth so that you can start taking into consideration that doing things the same old way, no matter who gets in office, it's going to be the same old way. Right. That in and of itself is the same old way. Right. So what I want to say is, think about this in all seriousness, Charlotte. Right. Oh no, that was you. Right. Well, it's all of us. Right. Think about this. Right. I don't know if I can say it without crying. I know, Mom. What I want to say is, if you want to keep your heart intact and not lose family members, loved ones, due to the plight of this world, yeah, whether it be suicide or any other way, We need to start making these changes. My mother knows personally, firsthand, what it's like to lose a child because of the way this world is, the greed, the lies. Right. Okay. Right. We can make this a better planet, people. I don't ever want any other parent. If I had a worst enemy, I wouldn't even want my worst enemy to experience pain I have experienced. It's not worth it. Okay? No, I don't blame my son. I'm not angry with him. He did what he had to do for himself. And many people are making that option now, and it's going to continue. And all the suicide prevention in the world, all the Septembers in the world are going to change it that way. We have to change the way this planet is and the way it's run. Give us the power back. Make this a beautiful place to be so we don't lose family members to suicide or violence or anything else. Okay, that's what I want to say. Is there anything else? Okay, we're going to leave you with that. Blessed be. And please make it a joyful one.